Welcome guys to my preview and prediction for the Singapore Grand Prix. F1 head to round 18. F1 heading into the crunch zone, and have we got a new contender in the championship? We head to a tough test here for the drivers. Tight, twisty circuit, not much of a long straight for the drivers to rest. 70% humidity at least. The drivers really struggle to make it to the end on this one. Qualifying is massively important this season, and it has been at Singapore as well. 10 of the 15 races, the guy on pole position here goes on to win this circuit, a percentage that is higher than Monaco. So we've seen some amazing qualifying sessions this season, and there's none more important than at Singapore because like I said, pole position is so crucial, and the man that can be the contender for the championship, Max Verstappen, heads to this weekend where he's really struggled, but he comes off the back of two massively important wins. One at Monza, the big one at Baku, where he takes a 25% chunk out, 25 points chunk out of championship leader Oscar Piastri's title lead, and also the GT3 Nürburgring Nordschleife winner also while he's on his weekend break between races. This guy never ceases to amaze you, and what a job he and Chris Lullum did in that drive. Not the strongest GT3 field out there, but well, to be comfortably 60-70 seconds ahead of the guys behind, took the lead down into turn one with a classic outbraking maneuver that we've seen Max Verstappen pull off in Formula 1. But this is so impressive because it's completely different to the car that he drives in his day job, going 4 hours in a sort of endurance race, managing tyres in the car. It would be completely different to what he's used to. So to pull it off the way he has done against serious competition, you know, these guys are no slouches that he's been racing against, shows what a great driver he is, and he's always up for a challenge. But he heads into this race weekend where he's never won and never gone on pole position, and if he can turn that around, who's going to stop him for the title? Let's get to it. The circuit, 19 turns, 4 DRS zones down into turn 1, 7, 14 and 16. It's a long lap, this one, 4.94 kilometers, a 62 lap grueling race. The circuit has been modified over the last few years to try and promote some overtaking, and you do get that as the tyres degrade later into the race. So it's a bit of a slow burner, and let's see how this one pans out. But it's a long race, takes up nearly the 2-hour full time limit, an hour and 50 minutes this track, and so it should be interesting to see how we get on this weekend. Weather conditions, again, predicted to be hot. No rain at the moment, but it changes very quick in Singapore with the humidity. Thunderstorms can just turn up on the doorstep unannounced, so that'll throw a mix. We've not seen that just yet, but it'll be exciting if we do. Tyres, they're the same as last season. C3 for the hards, C4 for the mediums, and the C5 for the softs. Predicted a one-stop strategy. It's pretty much been like that since we've been at Singapore, so I don't expect that to change this weekend also. And for my predictions, well, I'm predicting a bounce back for McLaren. For pole position, I've gone for Oscar Piastri. He couldn't have got any more worse of a weekend than he got in Baku, and I expect him to put things right this weekend. Lando Norris to line up second, and Max Verstappen in third place. For the race, I've got it finishing in that order: Piastri to win, Norris in second, and Max Verstappen in third place. So another pole position winner, whoever takes it. But it should be massively exciting to see the qualifying, because it's going to be so big, so huge. And Max Verstappen with that new floor that arrived in Monza, will we see a new Red Bull? They've traditionally struggled around Singapore, and I'm kind of personally just expecting the hype to just die down a little bit. We've seen, you know, the cup of the championship lead of Oscar Piastri go down from 104 points down to 103 points down to 69 points. So Max Verstappen needs to take 10 points every race from here to the end of the season to be in with the title. And who would have thought this, when the way they're middle of the part of the season have gone. But boy, has Max turned it around. A little bit of indecision, a poor weekend from McLaren, and he's right back in the sniff, and can't bet against another poor weekend for McLaren going to the rest of the weekend season now. So I'm predicting, though, a good weekend for McLaren. I'm predicting that bounce back, 1-2 in both the qualifying and the race. They did go really well here last year. I'm expecting them to continue here because the car does really suit this circuit. And I'm predicting a bad weekend for Mercedes. Their car doesn't like warm tyres, and it's thermal tyre degradation here, so the tyres get too hot, and that's what caused them to basically want to throw off and put a new set on. So I'm predicting they'll struggle based on that front. So let's see how I get on with the predictions. Last weekend was an absolute disaster, just one right. So will I be closer to that? Let's find out. Let me know your thoughts. Who have you got for winning the race this weekend? Who have you got for your man on pole position? I think it'll be mega close this weekend. It has been all season qualifying. It's been mega, so I can't wait for the action to get going on that one. Some news ahead into the weekend. Christian Horner has left Red Bull officially. He's been given $100 million payout to end, and he'll be able to free to join another team from the middle of 2026. So where next for Christian? He clearly wants to go in as an owner or someone with some shares, a position of strength like Total Wolf gets at Mercedes, so he will be no longer an employee and be able to boot it out of the team like he'd built at Red Bull. And I think that's a wise move from him. He will feel a little bit let down because he built this Red Bull outfit from scratch to the powerhouse it is today, and to just be kicked out when they kind of feel like they want to just get rid of him. I think he doesn't want to be in that position going forward. He's come from a position of strength. So where next for him? Alpine seems the big shout. They are looking for investors. We've seen a number of celebrities invest in that team, so they are giving out shares. They've split with Renault as well, so there is maneuver and potential there, and Flavio and Horner will be the big issue. Can they work something out to work together? That is the real big doubt in this one, because we know how Flavio moves. He's effectively the team principal there, or technically not allowed to be a team principal there yet, but effectively runs the show there. So it'll be interesting to see if that can be managed. The other one is Haas, but Jean Haas doesn't look like he's interested in selling at all. And especially not to a team manager. We know he runs a tight ship there and a real leash on his team principal, as Gunther Steiner found out on his when he left the outfit. So let's see if that's a potential unlikely, or possibly will we see a 10th team join. We've got Cadillac joining as the 11th team next year, and that's a full works outfit at Cadillac, so I don't see the opportunity there. Sauber joining with Audi, and I don't think they'll be looking for shares. We might see that. We've seen that with Mercedes and Toto Wolff on their side of the garage, but it seems really unlikely at the moment that Audi will go down that route. But never say never, but there is a couple there, Jonathan Wheatley, that they've recruited that left from Red Bull to join there as team principal. So will they want to, spite his nose and someone that they've recruited to get someone in that potentially he might not get on with. Aston Martin, another one rumoured to be selling parts and shares, but again, Adrian Newey has left there to Red Bull to join there for big money, and there was a lot of rumours that, there was not a great relationship towards the end of Christian Horner's reign with Newey. So another one that I don't really quite see to fruition. So the real three potential options are the ones, in my view, that seem the most likely. But yeah, there we have it. That's the big news heading into the weekend. Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm looking forward to the race. I can't wait for the action to get going. Watch out for my Making the Grid Singapore edition. Will I make it onto the grid? Let's hope the FIA don't strike a copyright on this one. The Baku one is still going through the process, so that video should be uploaded or back free for you all to watch again soon. So watch out for the Singapore one. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. As always, see you on the next one.